We have been talking about how car prices, especially used car prices, are starting to come down and becoming more negotiable. Well, Dad, today we have the data to help frame the vehicles that are actually dropping the most in price. We're going to do the 10 vehicles whose used car values have dropped the most over the past 90 days. How's that sound?
Sounds like something we need to cover for the buying public out there.
All right, Dad, this comes from iSeeCars.com. Great research over there. Let's start with number 10, Dad. They say that the Audi SQ5 has dropped about $3,200 in average transaction price, about 7% since September. That's a pretty decent decline in just 90 days.
It really is. And, that's a sizable decline for a vehicle that's, somewhat overpriced to begin with. But still, it's nice to see almost a $3,230 decrease in the average selling price. And
it's important to note here before we go through the other 9 on this list, and then we're also going to do the 10 that have seen the largest price increase. iSeeCars data set shows that from September to December, average used car listing price are about $214 higher. So as a whole, they actually went up about $214 or stayed pretty close to neutral. And again, these are going to be the 10, including the Audi SQ5 at number 10, that are the vehicles that dropped the most in listing price. Now, number 9, Dad, a very good sign, the Toyota Camry, down almost $2,000 or 7% in listing price here. That's a welcome sight on any top 10 list.
Oh, absolutely, because the Camry is one of the most popular vehicles out there, and to have an average used car price at this point of around $25,000 means it's a more affordable vehicle for an ever-growing need of the population.
Ford EcoSport, which has been discontinued but has seen a $1,500 price drop in that 90-day period, also 7%. The GMC Acadia, Dad, down about $2,600 or a 7.7% price drop. And then the Jaguar E-Pace, Dad, our first EV on the list that has seen its price decline significantly, $3,000 change in list price, an 8% drop.
Well, those Jaguars never held their value in the past, and there's no reason why they should start holding their values now.
It is interesting, though, Dad. In the top 6, 3 of them are EVs, and this data is before Tesla slashed their prices. So it'll be interesting to see over the next 90 days, so Q1, what happens to these used vehicle prices. And our best guess is that they continue to depreciate quite rapidly.
I would think we're going to see big changes in used car transaction prices moving forward.
Now, top 5 pops. The Toyota RAV4, another welcome sight, down $2,766 or about 9%. The unfortunate reality is they're probably still overpriced. They're just coming down from, the Mount Everest of car prices.
Oh, absolutely. And it's time. And I'm pretty excited about number 4, the Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid. That's down 11%, a little over $2,500, but the average transaction price is just slightly more than $20,000. So there's a pre-owned hybrid out there that I think falls into the category of extremely affordable in today's world.
Absolutely, Dad. And my apologies. I said 3 of the top 6 are EVs. I mistook the Ioniq Hybrid, which is a hybrid, for the Ioniq 5, which is the electric vehicle. The Ioniq 5 obviously did not make this top 10 list. Dad, number 3, the Ford Mustang, dropped about $3,500 in value, 11.5%. And talk about another affordable vehicle, Dad. The Nissan Kicks at a $20,000 average listing price in December, down $2,700, a nearly 12% decline. Does this not suggest that these vehicles were way overpriced for a period of time and kind of still are?
Well, all cars were way overpriced for an extended period of time. And at least these are starting to fall back into the realm of reasonableness a lot more quickly than the others.
CarEdge.com/finance pops. You can go there and do what?
You can finance, refinance, save money, and it only takes seconds to do.
All right, go take a peek. Don't go to the dealer without getting a pre-approval. We're here to help. Tesla Model 3, number one on the list, and this is pre-Tesla price slashing. The average change in transaction price or list price for a Tesla Model 3 on the used market was $8,800 from September to December, a 17% drop in price. It is likely going to be another 17% drop in price when we look at the Q1 data. This is insane.
Tesla is one of the few manufacturers out there that can really dictate what the market's going to be on their vehicles. And we had heard prior to Tesla dropping their prices that used Teslas were dropping like a rock. They were like boat anchors out there. And this just confirms it. But it's needed because there needs to be affordable electric vehicles, whether new or used, for those people who want to move from ICE cars to EVs. And this is a step in the right direction.
It definitely is. Now, Dad, let's quickly hit the top 10 vehicles whose prices increased the most on the used car market from September to December. I'll run through these briefly, Dad. The Corvette up 9% in those 90 days. The Acura MDX up 9.1% in those 90 days. The BMW 7 Series did not depreciate over those 90 days. It went up 10%. That is insane. Cadillac Escalade ESV, 12.5% up. The Maserati Ghibli up 13.1%. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, when it comes to the 7 Series, that's a model that typically suffers from some of the highest levels of depreciation of any car sold in this country. For, I guess, wannabe people that want to have ultra luxury, uber luxury 7 Series, they're agreeing to pay way too much for those vehicles.
Part of the reason I want to run through this list, Dad, is because there's maybe one or two exceptions on here. There's a pattern, which would be Mercedes-Benz GLS, 13.2%, another Maserati, 13.3%, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, 13.6%, the Porsche 911, 14.8%, and the Cadillac Escalade, 14.9%. I would say the exception on this list is the Porsche 911. That is a vehicle in the used car market that has traditionally held its value and could, in theory, appreciate. Everything else on this list, Dad, is a luxury vehicle. Maybe the Corvette is in that category as well. Everything else in this category is a luxury vehicle that is traditionally depreciated like a boat anchor. And the reason it didn't over this 90-day period is because we've seen a larger and larger share of Americans purchase luxury vehicles on 84-month notes. This is stupidity at its highest form. Again, the 911 and the Corvette are kind of like okay in my book. Those are vehicles we all know they hold their value. The other 8 on here, shame on you to the people who purchase those cars at inflated prices. This is lunacy.
Especially the 2 Maseratis that are on there. I have worked with people who have owned Maserati dealerships, and if you ever wanted to find a way to lose money quickly as a dealer, it was to agree to have a Maserati franchise. The amount of Maseratis they thought they were going to sell and the amount that they actually sold, they were so far apart, it was unbelievable. So the fact that there's any value increase in those 2 Maseratis is staggering to me. It just shows the sheer stupidity of those who were buying those vehicles.
Remember, you can check the estimated depreciation of any vehicle on CarEdge.com. Dad, crazy stuff here from the iSeeCars team, but thank you to them for pulling it together.
Yeah, absolutely. This is almost fun doing this remote with you.